So are you also still creating video scripts manually? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to generate video scripts for charity campaigns using an AI agent. So over here I'm running a charity organization and we used to frequently create video scripts. But this is such a time consuming and a tedious process if we do it manually. But if we automate this process, it is very easy. And to automate this process, what I've done is I've created a spreadsheet where I've added the details of my campaigns. And what will happen is that as soon as I'm going to add the topic or the details of my campaign in my spreadsheet, automatically my AI agent is going to generate the video script. And then further, we are going to add that video script into a Google Docs, and once again, I'm just going to add that Google document link into my spreadsheet so that my team can review it further. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Google Sheets, my AI agent, which is OpenAI, then Google Docs, and then once again Google Sheets. And to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also want to create this automation for your business? Then for that you have to come with me towards my screen. Welcome to my screen. So in this video, I'll show you how to use an AI agent to generate compelling video scripts for your charity campaigns. So instead of spending hours crafting the perfect message, the AI will analyze your cause, target audience, and the campaign goals to create an impactful script. So this ensures your message is engaging, emotionally powerful, and encourage more people to support your cause. So let's get started with a really simple example. Let's say that I'm just going to enter the details of my campaign right over here. I'm just going to enter the campaign name right over here. Then I'm just going to enter the cause, the target audience, the key message, the call to action, and then the video length I want. So now after entering all of these details, my AI agent is going to analyze the details and generate a script based on the same and add the AI generated script link right over here. So we're going to wait for a few seconds. And yes, over here you can see the script link has been added. So I'm just going to open it right from here. You can see the whole script right over here. You can see that it is relatable to the same details which we added right over here. You can see the campaign message, feed the hungry. And over here you can see the script is on same. So yes, you can see that with this in seconds, in real time, we have created a script. That too without any manual efforts. Just I've entered the details of my campaign and the AI generated the script and added it right over here. So yes, this is the power of automation. And if you also want to create this automation, then for that you have to watch this tutorial till the end. So to do this, I've simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy, and as soon as we're going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here I'm an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this sign in, and as soon as we're going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account, and as soon as we're going to click on this access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we simply have to click on this button which says create workflow, and now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations, and I want to name my workflow as this, which says how to generate video scripts for charity campaigns using AI agent. And then we are simply going to click on this create button given right over here, and as soon as we're going to click on this create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. So trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. All right, trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger in a particular workflow. And to get started, we are simply going to select our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm just going to select it as Google Sheets. So I'm just going to search for Google Sheets right over here because I have all the details of my campaigns in my sheets, right? So I'm simply going to search for Google Sheets and then we're going to select it. And now for the trigger event, we're going to select it as new or updated spreadsheet row. And now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we're going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. So I'm just going to copy this webhook URL and then we are going to simply follow this help text, and it is saying log into your Google Sheets account. All right, so I'm just going to open my Google Sheets account, and now from here we have to go towards this extensions, add-ons, and then towards this get add-ons. And after coming over here towards this get add-ons, we're going to add an extension in our spreadsheet. So you have to keep in mind that you have to open the same spreadsheet for which you want to create this automation for. Over here I'm just going to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks as the extension. So I'm just going to search for it, and as you can see the same, so we are simply going to open it right from here. And as you can see that I've already installed this extension in my spreadsheet. So now it is giving the option of uninstall, but if you haven't installed this, you're going to get the option of install right over here. You can install the extension right from here, and after installing this extension, you simply have to refresh this spreadsheet. It is a really important step to refresh this spreadsheet, and upon refreshing the spreadsheet, we have to go towards this extensions, and you can see Pabbly Connect webhooks will appear right over here. So I have to go towards this Pabbly Connect webhooks and then towards this initial setup. And after coming over here towards this initial setup, it is asking me for the webhook URL and the trigger column. So we are simply going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow right over here. And now for the trigger column, I'm just going to enter my trigger column, which is F. So the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row will be sent towards your webhook URL. So as you can see, what I want is that as soon as I add all of these details till column F, automatically the whole row details should be sent towards my webhook URL. All right, so that's why I've kept my trigger column as F. You have to enter it according to your spreadsheet. So now after entering all of these details, I'm simply going to click on this submit right over here, and now it is saying setup configured successfully. So yes, with this we have successfully created a connection between our Google Sheets account and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. But now it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. But in order to do the test submission, first we have to go towards this extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and we have to switch on this button right from here, which is send on event. It is really important to switch on this button because upon switching on this button, what will happen is that as soon as the new event is going to occur in the spreadsheet, automatically the details would be sent towards my webhook URL, which is my workflow. All right, so now after switching on this button, we are ready to do the test submission. So I'm just going to enter the campaign name and the another details right over here and do the test submission. All right, so first I'm just going to enter the campaign name, then we are going to enter the cause, the target audience, the key message, the call to action, and then I'm just going to enter the video length right over here. So as you can see that I've successfully entered all of these details, and now I'm just going to open my workflow, and yes, over here you can see that Pabbly has captured the response for the same. You can see the campaign name, you can see the cause, the call to action, the key message, and you can see the another details which we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step, and now what will happen is that as soon as I add the details right over here of my campaign, automatically this workflow is going to get triggered. Alright, so now what I want is I want to generate video scripts for charity campaigns using AI agent. So I'm just going to select my action application as my AI agent, which is OpenAI. So I'm just going to use OpenAI as my AI agent in this video. You can use any another AI agent tool like Google Gemini. Now for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as ChatGPT and click on this button which says connect. Now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your OpenAI account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the token. And to get this token, we are simply going to follow the help text, and it is saying OpenAI uses API key for authentication. Kindly visit your OpenAI API key page to get the API key that you need to enter here. Alright, so we have to go towards this OpenAI API key page to get this API key. And to get this API key, I'm just going to open this page right over here. You can see there's a hyperlink, so I'm simply going to click on this this hyperlink. And over here you can see that this is my OpenAI API key page, and in order to create a new secret key we have to go towards this button which says create new secret key. It is asking me for the name of the key. So let's say that I'm just going to name my key as video scripts right over here. It is asking me to select the project, so I'm just going to select it and click on this create secret key button given right over here. And yes, with this we have successfully created this secret key. So I'm simply going to copy this key and then we're going to paste it right over here in our workflow. And after entering this API key, we are simply going to click on this button right over here which says save. And yes, with this we have successfully connected our OpenAI account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the AI model. So I'm simply going to select my AI model, which is GPT-4. You can select any of your choice right from here according to your preference. And now it is asking me to enter the prompt. So I'm simply going to enter the prompt right over here. Alright, so I'm just going to enter the prompt right over here as this. You can see that I've successfully entered this prompt, which is generate a compelling video script for charity campaign based on the following details. The script should be emotionally engaging, action-driven and tailored to the target audience. This should include an introduction, storytelling segment and a strong call to action. Over here are the campaign details. So I'm just going to enter the campaign details right over here, but we're not going to enter it manually, but instead we're going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Google Sheets as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only, and as soon as we're going to map these details automatically, my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So over here I'm just going to map the details. First I'm just going to map the campaign name. So I'm just going to look for campaign name and we are simply going to map it. So next we're going to map the cause. So I'm just going to look for the cause right over here, and as you can see the cause, we are simply going to map it. Now I'm just going to map the target audience too. I'm just going to look for target audience right over here, and as you can see the target audience, I'm simply going to map it. We are going to map the key message too. I'm just going to look for key message. We are going to map it. I'm just going to map the call to action too. So here you can see that like this you have to map all of your details. All right, so I'm just going to map the video length. So I'm just going to map the video length and enter minutes after this. All right, so that each minutes should remain static, only this video length number should change. All right, so as you can see that now I've successfully entered the details, and now I'm just going to click on the save and send test request button right over here. And as soon as we're going to click on the save and send test request button right over here, my AI agent is going to generate me the video script. So we're going to click on the save and send test request button, and we are going to wait for a few seconds till my AI agent is going to generate me the video script. Alright, so yes, you can see that now it has generated me the video script. Over here you can see the message content generated. You can see the video script generated with the help of my AI agent. You can see the time mentioned, you can see the scenes and also the dialogues. So yes, you can see that with this we have successfully generated the video script. And now what I want is I want to add the video script link right over here in my spreadsheet. But to add that, first what we're going to do is I'm just going to create a document for that. Alright, so I'm just going to add another action step right over here. For the action application, I'm just going to select it as Google Docs. So I'm just going to search for it and select it. And now for the action event, we're going to first create a blank document. All right, so I'm just going to click on this create blank document and click on this connect. Now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Docs account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now we have to click on this blue button which says sign in with Google. And as soon as we're going to do so, I'm simply going to select my Gmail account. And after selecting my Gmail account, Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So I'm simply going to click on this allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. And yes, with this we have successfully connected our Google Docs account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me for the document name. So here I'm simply going to map the document name. So I want the document name to be the name of my campaign. So I'm just going to look for campaign name and map this document name so that this also turns dynamic. And after entering this document name, I'm simply going to click on this save and send test request button given right over here. And now with this we have successfully created a blank document. Now what I want is I want to attach, or you can say add, the video script generated using my AI agent into this document. For that I'm just going to add another action step. Once again, for the action application, I'm just going to select it as Google Docs. I'm just going to search for it and select it. For the action event, I'm just going to select it as this: append a paragraph to a document, which is insert a paragraph to a document and then click on this connect. I've recently connected my Google Docs account. I'm simply going to click on this select existing connection and then save. And yes, with this we have successfully connected our Google Docs account once again. And now it is asking me for the document in which I want to insert the text. So over here I'm not going to select the document manually like this because I want to keep this as dynamic. So I'm simply going to switch on this mapping button and we're going to map this document ID from the response of our previous step, which is create a blank document. So I'm just going to look for document ID right over here, and as you can see that this is the document ID. So we are simply going to map it. So I've mapped this document ID so this field can turn dynamic. All right, now it is asking me to insert the text. So I'm just going to enter the video script which we received from the response of our AI agent, which is message content. And after mapping this, I'm simply going to click on this save and send test request. And yes, with this we have successfully received a positive response. With this we have successfully created a blank document and added the video script generated using an AI agent into that document. So I'm just going to open that document and show you the document first. So here you can see that this is the document which we successfully created and also added the video script generated using an AI agent into this document. Alright, now I want to attach the document link right over here. Alright, so for that I'm just going to add another action step. But before adding the link into my spreadsheet, I'm just going to make this document a shareable one. And to do this, I'm just going to search for Google Drive right over here. So I'm just going to search for it and then we are simply going to select it. For the action event, we have to select it as share a file with anyone and click on this connect. And now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you haven't connected your Google Drive account, you have to click on this add a new connection and then sign in with Google. If you have already connected, you can click on this select existing connection and then save. Once again, I'm just going to select my Gmail account right from here. And once again, Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So I'm just going to give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for once again. And as you can see, authorization successful. With this, we have successfully connected our Google Drive account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now for the file ID, once again, I'm just going to not select it, but I'm going to map it. So I'm just going to switch on the mapping button and map this file ID. So I'm just going to erase it right from here first, and we're going to map it from the response of our Google Docs, which is the previous step. So yes, over here you can see that I've successfully mapped this file ID, and now we're going to make this a shareable one. For that, I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, and now with this we have successfully made this document a shareable one. And now I'm just going to attach this document link in my spreadsheet. For that, I'm just going to add another action step. Select the action application as Google Sheets. All right, and now for the action event, we have to select it as update cell value. So I'm just going to look for update cell value and select it and click on this connect. So if you haven't connected your Google Sheets account, you can go towards this add a new connection and then sign in with Google once again. I've already connected it, so I'm just going to click on this select existing connection and then save. And yes, over here you can see we have successfully connected, and now it is asking me for my spreadsheet. So over here it is asking me for the spreadsheet in which I want to update the cell values. As you can see, the name of my spreadsheet is video scripts. So I'm just going to select the same, which is video scripts right over here. I'm just going to select the sheet, and now it is asking me for the range. So it is saying enter the range of the sheet that needs to be updated. So here you can see the range which needs to be updated is G4. So as you can see that I want to update this G4, so we are not going to enter G4 right over here manually, because not only G4, what I want is that if the details are added in G5, G6 and the another rows, then also this workflow should run in real time. So you must notice that the rows are changing, but the column is static. I have to add the scripts in this G column only, but the row will change. Sometimes it will be 4, 5, 6 like this. So what we are going to do is I'm just going to keep this G as static. So I'm going to enter it manually, but for the row, I'm just going to map the row index so that it can turn dynamic. So I'm just going to map the row index from the response of our Google Sheets. Over here, you can see the row index. We are simply going to map it. All right, so now we have mapped this range, and now I'm just going to enter the value. So for the value, I'm just going to enter the shareable link of my Google Doc account. For that, I'm just going to open this Google Drive response, and over here you can see web view link. So I'm simply going to map it. You have to keep in mind that you have to map this web view link. It is really important. All right, so now I'm just going to click on this save and send test request button right over here once again. And yes, with this we have received a positive response that we successfully updated the cell value. So I'm just going to open my Google Sheets account, and yes, over here you can see the link has been added of the same document. document. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and now this workflow is going to run in real time too. Like I showed you in the starting of this video, whenever I'm just going to add the campaign details right over here, automatically my AI agent is going to generate the script based on the same and add the AI generated script link right over here without any manual efforts, with the help of this simple automation. Automatically, whenever I'm just going to add the details, this workflow is going to get triggered. My AI agent is going to generate the video script. Further, a blank document would be created in my Google Docs account with the campaign name. Further, the AI generated video script would be added into that blank document. We're going to make that blank document a shareable one, and then we're going to add that document link into our Google Sheets with the help of this workflow. Now we don't have to come back and again to our workflow. Automatically, this workflow is going to run in backend, and we can just sit back and relax. Automatically, whenever I'm just going to add the details, the script would be generated without any manual efforts in real time within seconds, like I showed you in the real time example in the starting of this video. So yes, with the help of same logic, you can create this automation for your own specific needs too. I hope this video was helpful for you, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box. See you in the next video with many more automation tips. Thank you for watching. So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.